Good morning, everyone. This is Sreedhar Bevara, author of Moment of Signal. One of the longest electioneering processes have been completed after 43 long days. Now the exit polls are out. Now each entity is claiming their own knowledge and expertise, and they're giving some parties are going to win. Good luck to all of them. This is an opportunity for us after 5 years to reflect upon what has happened during this election and what better can happen during the next election. It is really pity, probably it is not anymore, for the so-called learned politicians that thousands of crores being spent. One, the expenditure of conducting the elections, that is officially an accounted budget from Indian government. But the other one is the money is absolutely flowing around. Thousands and thousands of crores are being spent towards this electioneering to win the elections. Why are they spending thousands of crores? Despite the election committee, the autonomous body is supposed to take care of all these things, is not really strong enough to control these anomalies. Everyone is happily, very smartly trespassing the rule of election commission and doing what best they can do. And in their case, the best is to give away a lot of money to buy the vote. Who are we going to blame here? Is the one who is offering money, or is the one who is taking the money? In a country like India, where the poverty is really dominant and prominent, so there are two classes, one is haves, the other one is have-nots. Do you really think the have-nots should not take this money if they are offered money? What about haves? I know that even haves are also demanding the money to be given. Why not? We are anyway voting, so we are so many people, and the news is being given to the local people, and they are demanding the money to be given. Let's not get into the topic of whether or not somebody is voting only because they are receiving some money from a specific party. But why people are being offered money, it's a very open secret and no one really seems to be bothered about. How come in a country like India, in 544 constituencies of parliament into 7 assembly seats, how come there are not even dozen people being caught with money offered or with offering of the money? This clearly tells us the loophole of the system, the poor, undermined system of Indian Election Commission, the legal system. It's pity that people openly are encouraging this kind of a situation. Now, coming back to Andhra Pradesh, the money has been spent a lot. I myself had participated in this electioneering for the last 1 month before the election date of April 11th. And I have clearly seen myself how the money is being distributed by the mainstream parties. Absolutely. That activity was something like it has to happen. That's part of the electioneering. Openly, people are doing. Now, if you talk about people who are offering the money as culprits, what about people taking the money? How good is this? You are being sold for a 2,000 rupees or a 3,000 rupees, and you are ready to cast your vote on their behalf. This is absolute corruption. Now, these people, do they have any moral right to talk about corruption that happens in the government institutions, political systems, our business empires, our banking systems? Corruption is rooted and it is interlinked with many issues. If money is spent, the money has to be earned back. So people who are spending money today in order to buy your vote, they're going to get that money back in many other forays, many other ways. And we all know how this money is going to be earned back. It is on us. It is from the people who are paying taxes. Governments can misuse and abuse the system and distribute the money. People can bring in a lot of black money and distribute the money. People are being offered to get the vote. But what happens? What happens when the elections are over? What happens thereafter? How the government is going to sustain the backlog of so much of debt? How the government is going to survive and still continue to do the same welfare activities for the next 5 years? How the government is going to complete the projects? How the government is going to deal with all the issues, complex issues that the state has? What happens then? The people are losing their credibility by accepting the money, and one party, that is Janasena, has clearly decided not to spend one single penny. They stick to the zero budget policy, which is you have to spend only to a limit what is allowed to you, only to take care of the minimum things. And I'm not sure how this party is going to fare in the upcoming results. And it will be really pity if this party is not faring well. That means the people deliberately, openly are killing those establishments, those people, those intentions, those good motivations, those good motives, by not electing them. It is really pity that people knowingly electing people who are corrupt, people who are going to get their money by all means, by steal, beg, borrow. People clearly know that. But they are lured for that 2,000 to 3,000 rupees during the election day. I can clearly understand people who are have-nots are being lured for this 2,000 to 3,000 rupees for a vote. And I can empathize with this situation. A person who is suffering, who is struggling to even meet the basics, meet the ends, hand to mouth situation. Yes, 3,000 rupees per head is a big deal. I can understand these people are accepting this, but people are accepting are not all these have-nots, demanding and taking the money. Shame on you people. And how can you expect a great administration once the elections is over? How can you even imagine that people are going to be soft and people are going to do all the work that is pending? I mean to say, people means the people in the power. Are you not really looking at your younger generation? What are you teaching them? What are you trying to tell them? The way you are choosing these representatives who are going to represent, who's going to represent you in the assembly, in the parliament, how you are choosing them, based on what? Money, caste, system, what exactly? Or the credibility of the person? How many of you have voted just purely based on the credibility of the person, or credibility of a party, or a credibility of a party's president? How many of you have done that? This question has to be asked within. We all need to ask this question within ourselves and contemplate at what we are actually doing. The change must start from within. If you think that system is like this and then we follow the system, then when is that change going to be? When exactly that change going to be? How our state can progress being labeled as one of the most great, brilliant states which is corruption free. The corruption is one and the only devil, evil monster for our own growth. And every individual who claims to be intelligent, educated, smart, clever must always try and do their best to control this insidious activity that has been happening for the last 70 years of our post-independence. And it has become really a monstrous issue, and today to win an MLS seat, people are ready to spend 60 to 70 crore. Why are they doing that? What is the motive behind that? What is the intention of the people who are spending 70 crore or 75 crore just to win an MLS seat in certain constituencies? And it is 100 to 150 crores for an MP seat. Why are they spending such money? The question every individual who claims to be intelligent to ask themselves and take a wise call. What happened is happened. But next elections, any elections hereafter that is coming, please do vote for the credibility of the person, for the promise of the person, for the credibility of the system or the party. Let's not utilize our vote in those activities which will not favor the growth and development of the state. You and I probably are living a better life, but 80% of the state is not in a better condition. 50% of the state still struggling, reeling under the great ugly influence of the poverty and hunger. How can we help? We do not have to help them directly, but we can help them by taking and making a better choice. And that better choice is to elect a better representative. Today, now we cannot go to a government office and say that I don't want to encourage the corruption, because now everything is chain affected. Everything is linked to each other. Now if a representative to be a wannabe representative had spent 100 crores, 150 crores, how is he going to get that money back in next 5 years? And that person is not even sure that his party is going to form the government. So there's going to be a lot of dynamics. And we all understand, we all, the so-called educated people, understand. So what is the role of you education? Your education has a purpose. Your education has a meaning. Your education must enlighten others, people who did not have the opportunity to get educated. What is your role in this part? How can you help this society? You do not have to do bigger things and you do not have to promise greater stuff. You just have to make one wise choice, which is to cast your vote to the right person. That person who is promising a better welfare, growth and development for the state, for the people who are not adequately equipped. How after 70 years we still have people who are dying out of hunger? How after 70 years the so-called strength of the country, the farmers are dying? Why? Why are they dying, and who is stopping their deaths? Number of deaths of the farmers, especially in Andhra Pradesh. One death is not a death. One death means a death to our family. And we are just simply careless about deaths around. We do not care about anything. We do not care about farmers. We do not care about atrocities in the system. We do not care about corruption. We do not care about nothing. We care about ourselves. And we claim India is the largest democracy. What kind of a democracy that we are living in, if we have to deal with these kind of democratic manners and methods? Which democracy is encouraging people to win elections like this? This is democracy. Is this democracy? Are you sure that this is democracy? And media is saying that more or less 43-day electioneering has been completed peacefully. except for one or two odd incidents, one in West Bengal, maybe the other one in Delhi, one or two in Chennai and Andhra Pradesh. Really? That great democratic electioneering process that has happened in India, who are being elected, how much money has been spent, why? Is every representative who is in the fray of election is clean, no cases? In front of our eyes, things are happening. Please open your eyes. I'm not saying that you should go and support a party. I'm not saying you should go and support somebody. You please support your own distinction, your own discrimination about who's good, who's not, who can bring benefit to the society, who can do good things to the people around, who has a better approach, better mindset. Please go and support them. And wise people, the intellectuals, the educated people must do something about changing the society in whichever capacity that you think it is possible. Do not hold back. Do not keep yourself trapped with one single statement of what for me or why me, why should I? Don't do that. Your education has a purpose. Your education has a meaning when it is applied for somebody else's enlightenment, when somebody else's progress and development. That is the clear, real meaning of you being educated. Education is so important that you have a role of educating others and ensuring your surrounding community or society is living in better standards. This is the one and only objective that you as an educated person have. I hope this video opens your, you all know, but knowing is not doing, right? So I sincerely hope that you people will give it a second thought and start doing a thing that is going to benefit your own community, your nearby community, and your own society. I wish you all the best. Meet you again. Thank you.
Please subscribe New Waves.